Overnight parking allowed. First time I believe it's talking to me. Overnight parking sold. Sign bolted to a pole, little white and weathered letters reading clearer to my whole. I've been living like I'm borrowing every hour that I exist. Like I gotta keep it moving or they'll scratch me off the list. All my love's been short-term meter feeding coins to keep it lit. All my rest been 15 minutes on a curb I never sit. So when I see that tiny notice in this quiet riverside, something in my chest says stop it, you're allowed to just abide. Purple sky above the water, city twinkles far behind. Lo-fi keys and minor whispers hold the corners of my mind. I pull into the open space like stepping in an empty pew. Kill the engine, feel the stillness, wrap the cabin like a new. No patrol to check my papers, no attendant taking names. Just a simple still permission in a world of rigged games. Saying you can stay a while without paying extra cost. You can fall asleep in place without being marked as lost. Overnight parking, so stay as long as needed. 420 little blessing for a heart that's overheated. Blues guitar ringing, smoke rising slow. I don't have to earn my stay here with a song or with a show. If tomorrow they demand I keep performing in that role, I'll remember there was once a sign that said overnight parking sold.
I recline the driver's seat, hoodie tucked beneath my chin. Hear the river talking ripples about the ways I've always been. How I only feel deserved when I'm in motion giving bright. How I treat my silent days like I committed some despite. Every friendship like a contract where I pay in constant care. Where my worth is how quick I respond, how often I am there. Every love a little leash with hidden clause that says I owe more than anyone is offering back in any even flow. But this lot is holding dozens, old cars and newest rides. All of them allowed to rest it without proof to any size. Nobody checking what you're bringing, what you do to earn your bed. Metal body simply parked up with no invoice, no more dread. So I tell myself in whispers, if a Civic gets a pass, so do you with all your stories, all your misses, all your masks. You can stop without a reason, you can breathe without a pitch. You are not a rental vehicle for every random glitch.
Overnight parking, so stay as long as needed. 420 little blessing for a heart that's overheated. Blues guitar ringing, smoke rising slow. I don't have to earn my stay here with a song or with a show. If tomorrow they demand I keep performing in that role, I'll remember there was once a sign that said overnight parking sold.
Whoa, maybe grace is not coincidental when a sign like that appears. Maybe it's the hidden language of a universe that hears all the times I said I'm fine while my pulse was screaming red. All the nights I kept on driving when I should have gone to bed. So I take this as a message, not from angels, not from sky, just from every tired version of me begging, let us fly. Let us stop inside this body, let us snap inside this mind. Let us drift for half a moment without trailing behind. I don't sleep but I get closer than I have in many weeks, staring at the fogging windows while the future softly speaks. Telling me of smaller schedules, telling me of slower days, where the only metric mattering how safe my spirit stays. When the first hint of a sunrise starts to silver up the hood, I sit up and stretch my fingers, feeling highly understood. Tank not full but far from empty, heart not healed but far from numb. Just a little more convinced I'm not a guest that can't succumb. I roll out from that small haven, past the sign one more slow time. Whisper thank you like it's human, like it met me in my climb. And I swear that in my chest I pin an unseen metal hole. Honorary long-term resident of my overnight parking soul.
Overnight parking, so stay as long as needed. 420 little blessing for a heart that's overheated. Blues guitar ringing, smoke rising slow. I don't have to earn my stay here with a song or with a show. If tomorrow they demand I keep performing in that role, I'll remember there was once a sign that said overnight parking.
Merge back into daylight traffic with a calmer kind of weight, knowing if it all gets heavy I can find a hidden gate. If they ask me when I started letting rest be part of goal, I'll say the night I finally parked and gave my soul a roll.
Same car, same road. Different weight on my chest. Loose change in the dark, coins dancing in the tray. Every bump a little thunder from the things I didn't say. Quarters clinking with I'm fine, dimes rolling with it's cool. Nickel stamp with don't you worry, pennies playing the old fool. Purple neon on the overpass, sky looking like a bruise. Lo-fi drums inside the speakers, bassline humming heavy news. Tatted fingers on the wheel, tap the rhythm of my doubt. All the times I felt left out and still drove everyone else out. I've been paying for their comfort with the little that I stash. Picking up on every corner, dropping me off in the crash. When the day is done and quiet, I got nothing left to spend but this cup of metal memory singing, this has gotta end. Loose change in the dark, ratting like a plea. 420 little echo saying, what about me? Blues guitar weeping, smoke in the air. I don't have to buy that love by pretending I don't care. If tomorrow I feel empty from the roles I always play, I'll remember all that loose change that I gave myself away. I remember all the spot me, bro, I got you back for sure. How the back part never showed up, but I kept unlocking doors. Gas and rides and late night talks, therapy in parking lots. They'd unload their every secret while I covered up my knots. Kept receipts in every pocket for a debt they never paid. Told myself it's not about it, while resentment had its way. Didn't ask for simple check-ins, didn't ask how about my mind. Just kept pouring from a wallet that was already in the bind. Now these coins feel like a chorus every time the chassis shakes. Singing you deserve investments, not just everyone's mistakes. You deserve a night when no one calls you, only when they're red. You deserve to save some change for your unbroken self-respect. So I turn the volume lower, let the clamor have the stage. Let the clatter in the cup holder be scripture for my age. Every jingle is a journal that I never wrote in ink. Every clink another question, what you really think? Loose change in the dark, rattling like a plea. 420 little echo saying, what about me? Blues guitar weeping, smoke in the air. I don't have to buy that love by pretending I don't care. If tomorrow I feel empty from the roles I always play, I remember all that loose change that I gave myself away. Love is not a tab you keep extending past the due. Maybe loyalty ain't knowing what they never owe to you. Maybe no, not this time, homie's a holy kind of sound. Like a brake light for your spirit when your wheels are leaving ground. So I count out every coin like I'm divvying my time. Say this part's for my recovery, this part's just for my rhyme. This one's for a slow night and this one's for a simple meal. Ain't no sense left for a story that won't ask me how I feel. By the time I hit my exit and the road gets less intense, all that metal in the plastic starts to feel like common sense. Like a bank I've been ignoring full of tiny honest facts. Like a choir of little boundaries ringing out between the cracks. I scoop a handful, let it fall through my fingers to the floor. Hear the tiny rain of choices, I won't make like that no more. Choices where I sell my peace for one more. You're such a rock, where I clock back in for drama when my heart's about to clock. Then I stash a single quarter in the pocket by my chest. Little promise to the part of me that never gets to rest. Whisper, this one's just for you, not for anybody's mess. And if they ask you what it's for, you don't even need to stress. Loose change in the dark, rattling like a plea. 420 little echo saying, what about me? Blues guitar weeping, smoke in the air. I don't have to buy that love by pretending I don't care. If tomorrow I feel empty from the roles I always play, I remember all that loose change that I gave myself away. Engine off, door open, night wind in my sleeves, but the sound of coins still humming underneath my keys. If they ask me when I learn my worth ain't something they can mark, I'll say one right counting pennies with loose change in the dark. With loose change in the dark. None in the seat tonight, just a quiet riding shotgun. Passenger side silence, seatbelt hanging free. No one throwing playlists at me, no one talking over me. Purple city in the mirror, front glass full of open road. Lo-fi hi-hats like a heartbeat, keeping time with mine low. I'm so used to playing driver, therapist and late night friend, picking people up at zero, dropping them off near the end. Let them cry into the window, let them vent into the dash. Then they step out feeling lighter, I keep carrying the crash. Tonight that cushion by my right feels like a little throne, safe for someone who can listen, or for me to be alone. I ain't filling in with bodies that can see me when I stare. I'm reserving it for peace or for the one who shows it clear. Hands loose on the leather, smoke drawing circles in the dome. I can finally hear my thoughts like I just got home. Every mile without a voice in that empty faded seat feels like space I never granted to my own too tired feet. Tell passenger side silence, finally on my team for 20 little meters from the chaos and the scream. Blues keys floating, bass laying low. I don't have to keep on driving with the whole world in tow. If tomorrow they start calling for a middle of the night guiding, I remember I got a room for this passenger side silent. I replay the nights I picked up storms that didn't have my name. People texting, are you busy, when it's never about my flame. I say now it's good, even when my brain is barely taped, even when my chest is thunder, even when my joy escapes. They adjust the heat, they control the volume knob. Dump a week of bottle feelings, then just leave me with the job. Barely notice how my knuckles whiten on the steering frame, how my jokes get kinda hollow, how my laugh don't sound the same. I train them, I'm the shoulder, I'm the ride that never ends. I'm the late night free of charge for all the half-invested friends. But the cost keeps getting higher and my tank keeps dropping low, and this passenger side silence is the first I gotta go. So I drive with windows cracked, let the cool cut through the heat. Let the empty seat beside me feel like mercy, not defeat. Let the absence of a body be a presence of my own. Let the hum of lonely tires feel less heavy, more like home. Passenger side silence, finally on my team for 20 little meters from the chaos and the scream. Blues keys floating, bass laying low. I don't have to keep on driving with the whole world in tow. If tomorrow they start calling for a middle of the night guiding, I remember I got room for this passenger side silence. Maybe love is not a taxi open 24/7 wide. Maybe love is I can drive you while I'm falling out inside. Maybe no, I need my evening is a deeper kind of care, cause it keeps me here tomorrow, keeps the driver still in there. So I talk into the quiet like it's someone I can trust, saying help me break this pattern where my boundaries turn to dust. Help me keep this seat half empty till the day I really feel that the one who sits here sees me, not just what I help him heal. By the time I hit the exit near this old familiar block, I don't feel so guilty cruising with an unused second lock. I don't feel like I'm selfish just for letting distance stay. I feel more like I'm observing what I need along the way. When the calls light up my screen with another bro you up, I can let it ring a minute, I can put my own self up. I can text back in the morning when my mind ain't on the brink. I can say I got you later, take a night to really think. And if some of them get angry that I'm not their midnight ride, maybe that's the clearest sign of what they saw in me inside. Just a gas car, just a chauffeur, just a background, just a door. Not the person in this body they should value even more. Passenger side silent, finally on my team for 20 little meters from the chaos and the scream. Blues keys flow, bass laying low. I don't have to keep on driving with the whole world in tow. If tomorrow they start calling for a middle of the night guidance, I remember I got room for this passenger side silence. Park up by my building, empty seat and beating heart. Lock the doors but keep the lesson like a map inside my heart. If they ask me how I learned to leave some space around my kindness, I'll say one slow solo highway with passenger side silence.
disturb on. Real life finally loud.
Phone face down, screen glow on the seat. Every buzz a little ghost I'm choosing not to meet. Purple halo on the dashboard, city static far behind. Lo-fi drums inside the speakers, clearing clutter from my mind. All day I've been available like 7-Eleven, so answering every little crisis, playing counselor on the road. Ever you up, every bro, I need to talk or I might break. I pick up like paramedic while my own hands start to shake. I've been living as a hotline for the chaos of my crew. Free subscription to my conscience, they don't ask what I've been through. So tonight I flip it over, let the screen stare at the floor. Let the silence fill the cabin like a tide I can't ignore. Tatted fingers on the wheel, finally loosen just a bit. Every mile without a message feels like something I commit. Like I'm signing with the asphalt, that my brain deserves a rest. That my worth ain't in how quickly I respond to every stress. Phone face down mode, I'm driving with my heart for 20 little minutes where I'm not playing a part. Blues guitar humming, smoke in the air. I don't have to catch every call to prove to anyone I care. If tomorrow they're offended cause I didn't lift that load, I remember I survived it in this phone face down mode. I'm in phone face down mode. I remember all the dinners where my plate went cold as stone, while I texted someone crying in the bathroom all alone. They would vanish come the sunrise, I'd be dragging through the day. Then they hit me up next week and press repeat and hit replay. Turn my pocket to a panic room for people who won't heal. Turn my ringtone to a trigger that my peace is never real. Every ping a little fire drill, I run on autopilot, racing out my own enjoyment just to sprinkle theirs with violet. Now the only thing that's ringing is this engine in my chest, and the only typing bubbles are the words I've never pressed. I can't fix what you keep choosing, I can't always be on call. I got breakdowns in my backlog, I ain't processed yet at all. Streetlights flicker on the hood like unread messages at night, but I let them pass in silence. I don't reach for borrow fight, cause I know if I keep driving, every time somebody snaps, I'll be crashing in a ditch while they just send their sorry caps. Phone face down mode, I'm driving with my heart for 20 little minutes where I'm not playing a part. Blues guitar humming, smoke in the air. I don't have to catch every call to prove to anyone I care. If tomorrow they're offended cause I didn't lift their load, I'll remember I survived it in this phone face down mode. Phone face down mode. Maybe loyalty ain't living like a fireman on demand. Maybe love is I'll be present when I actually can stand. Maybe I can't talk right now, ain't abandonment a sin. It's a boundary that protects you when the flood comes pouring in. So I practice in this cockpit what I'm scared to say at home. I'm not mad, I'm just exhausted and I need some time alone. If you only ever call me when your world is falling through, then I need a different rhythm cause I'm falling sometimes too. By the time I hit the exit near the place I lay my head, missed a couple dozen messages, but none of them left me dead. I can feel my shoulders lower, I can feel my jaw unclench, like I traded constant sirens for the sound of distant wrench. I flip the phone, see the screen full of bubbles, full of please. See the threads that always start with sorry, quick one if you please. And I know I'll still be showing up for some who show for me, but I won't keep bleeding daily just to keep them feeling free. I put it back on silent, slide it deep into the dash, let my own thoughts have the front seat, they've been missing in the crash. If a friend can't stand my absence for the length of this short road, maybe they don't love the person, just the phone face down. Phone face down mode, I'm driving with my heart for 20 little minutes where I'm not playing a part. Blues guitar humming, smoke in the air. I don't have to catch every call to prove to anyone I care. If tomorrow they're offended cause I didn't lift their load, I remember I survived it in this phone face down mode. Phone face down mode. Park up, lights off, buzzing still inside my jeans, but I walk in feeling fuller than these half-invested screens. If they ask me when I started valuing peace more than a code, I say the night I let it ring. And Phone face down mode. Face down mode. GPS say turn around, chest say keep going.
Bad road, breathing room, gravel under tires. Far from all the neon deadlines and fluorescent wide desires. Purple haze between the treetops like a secret I was sent. Lo-fi bass like distant thunder under every word I meant. I've been living in a grid line made of meetings, made of pain. When my value is an inbox and my joy is borrowed thing. Every minute double book, every silence filled with scroll. Feeling like a crowded freeway in the middle of my soul. So I cancel one more promise, take a turn I never take. Let the city fall behind me like a picture I can shake. Street lights straight for stars and pieces through the branches leaning low. Cabin starting to remember how a quiet engine glow. No reception on the dash now, bars fall down to out of range. And for once that lack of signal feels like luxury, not strange. Like the world can keep on spinning without me to press a 10. Like my worth ain't in reaction but in how my lungs can mend. Back road breathing room, out of all their sight. For 20 little miles from everybody's fight. Lose guitar echo, smoke drawing line. I don't have to be available to keep what's really mine. If tomorrow I get guilty cause I left that living Zoom, I'll remember I found oxygen in back row breathing room. I replay my week like footage from a dash cam on repeat. All the shore I got it set with knots inside my seat. All the times I took on weight that wasn't listed in my role. All the laughs I faked on purpose so no one could read my toll. I think back to younger days when every tree was like a friend. When a dirt road felt like promise, not escape from bitter end. When I ride in quiet backseats, counting constellations through fingerprints on foggy windows just to feel my spirit glue. Somewhere on the climb to grown, I start leaving space to be. Turned each pause into a failure, each slow step into a feat. But these roots along the shoulder never hurry, never sell. They just stand in simple witness, they just listen when I yell. So I vent into the steering wheel like it's a faithful cue. Tell it I am not a robot, I've been scared and overdue. I've been saying yes to patterns that keep shredding up my peace. And I'm terrified to exit cause I think my worth will cease. So back row breathing room, out of all that sight. For 20 little miles from everybody's fight. Blues guitar echo, smoke drawing lines. I don't have to be available to keep what's really mine. If tomorrow I get guilty cause I left that living Zoom, I'll remember I found oxygen in back row breathing room. Maybe sacred ain't a building, maybe holy ain't a stage. Maybe worship is a Tuesday where you step outside the cage. Light a blunt, exhale the pressure, let the night wind read your chest. Tell the dark I need a minute and receive that as a yes. So I treat these twists and potholes like a rosary of ground. Every bump a little prayer beat saying you can slow it down. Every corner like confession where I whisper I'm not fine. Every straightaway a promise I'll protect this borrowed spine. By the time the dirt turns smoother and the sky gets extra wide, I can feel my heartbeat fall back from a sprint into a stride. Still a tremor in my fingers, still a question in my gut. But the volume of the panic finally slipped another notch. I see it pull out by a metal, kill the engine, let it side. Watch the smoke climb through the moonlight like a ladder to my wire. I don't write some grand epiphany, don't fix my life in one. I just sit and let the rhythm of my breath say yeah we won. Not a trophy you can photograph, not a post they're gonna like. Just a private little victory between me and this old bike. Built of metal, rust and rubber, built the nights I didn't quit. Built of every time I chose to drive instead of sink to it. Oh, back row breathing room, Out of all that sight, 420 little miles from everybody's fight. Blues guitar echoes, smoke drawing lines. I don't have to be available to keep what's really mine. If tomorrow I get guilty cause I left their living Zoom, I'll remember I found oxygen in back row breathing room. Turn around, head back in, but at half the frantic speed, carrying a small reminder I'm allowed to meet my needs. If they ask me where I go when life resumes its heavy boom, I'll say somewhere off the main road, in a back row breathing room.
Engulf the peak, shades on eternal. Bass truth, vibes supernal. Pop Romano, every stash in my sano. Out of clicks, kick club to like the sun. Oh, Buddha's burn on my brown, on my breath. I want them there forever. Set in the bevel, lit the sever, bevel. That was sever, tell a melody and palate. Color me a melody, it's never good, I'm never been.
Let it grow. Shades on eternal, bass vibrates truth. vibe supernal. Their mind engulfs the peaks, shades on eternal. Best vibe, rest true. Vibe supernal, vibe supernal, vibe supernal.
Night engulfed the peak, shades on eternal. Day's truth, vibes, supernal. Upper man, the winningness every A-wing act assembled. In a whole lot of money, live body is the Separasi. Van Gogh, Fred the Felasti. Snoker, low killer with the Pelasi. So me, lows feeling need the will I friends. A lot of life, but this world is for me, they I beat.
off. Nerves on low. Yeah. Low beam lifeline, cutting lanes and soft gold. Just enough to see ahead, not enough to see it all unfold. Purple haze above the freeway, city humming out of tune. Lo-fi kick behind my ribcage, baseline leaning on the moon. I've been living like a spotlight's always pointed at my chest. Every move a performance, every breath a little test. Trying to plan out every outcome, overthinking every turn, till my brain feel like a circuit board about to crash and burn. So I click it down to low, let the darkness hug the hood. Only watch the next 10 meters, do the best with what I could. Tatted fingers on the wheel, loosen up with every mile. I ain't gotta see the ending just to drive a little while. All the futures that I worry about are tucked beyond the black. All the wood if I go under in the space I don't look back. Right now it's just painted lines and this quiet smoky throne, and the knowledge that this moment is the only thing I own. Low beam lifeline, narrow but it's real. For 20 little meters, giving space to what I feel. Blues guitar floating, heart keeping time. I don't have to see the whole road just to know I'm still in line. If tomorrow I get swallowed by the waiter down the line, I'll remember I survived here on a low beam lifeline. On a low beam lifeline. Yeah. I remember all the nights I tried to light the whole map. Zoomed out on my navigation till my chest fell in a trap. Saw 1,000 tangled highways, saw a million exits glow. Felt like one wrong little choice would be the reason I let go. Check the rear view for approval, check the future for a sign. Check my past for every failure like a prophet reading lines. By the time I hit the corner, I was nowhere in my skin. Just a bag of scared predictions trapped inside some human tin. But these low beams teach me tender, teach me only what you need. Teach me look at where you're standing more than where you think you bleed. I can notice how my shoulders drop when jazz chords fill the cab. I can notice how my jaw clench when no one comes to grab. Street sounds slide into the glow, then they vanish in my wake. And I realize half my torment is in roads I never take. And the monsters in the distance that might never cross my tie. And the movies in my head about a life that's on some wild. Low beam lifeline, narrow but it's real. For 20 little meters, giving space to what I feel. Blues guitar floating, heart keeping time. I don't have to see the whole road just to know I'm still in line. If tomorrow I get swallowed by the waiter down the line, I remember I survived here on a low beam lifeline. Out of low beam lifeline. Maybe faith ain't in the blueprint of the next 10,000 days. Maybe faith is in the courage just to face this little blaze. Just to breathe inside this car when all you see is painted white. Trusting you can handle corners when they finally hit the light. So I shrink my worry smaller than the glow upon the ground. Swap 10 years from now for right now, can you take another round? Ask my chest a simple question, can you make it to the bend? When it answers yeah we got this, that's enough for stories end. By the time I hit my exit, I ain't figured out my life. Still don't know if I'll be married, rich or free from inner strife. But I know I made it safely through a night I thought I'd drown. One slow meter at a time, watching only up and down. I pull up outside my building, kill the engine, sit a sec. Let the darkness wrap around me like a scarf around my neck. And I promise future me who wants a guarantee in stone. We don't need a whole horizon to avoid being alone. We can light up just this driveway, just this stairwell, just this door. Trust that when we hit the morning, we'll get 5 more steps, no more. Then I pocket all that wisdom like a lighter and a rhyme from a night that held me steady with a low beam lifeline. Low beam lifeline, narrow but it's real. For 20 little meters, giving space to what I feel. Blues guitar floating, heart keeping time. I don't have to see the whole road just to know I'm still in line. If tomorrow I get swallowed by the waiter down the line, I remember I survived here on a low beam lifeline. On a low beam lifeline. Hallway quiet shoes, our world still big and undefined. But a little strip of peace stay glowing somewhere in my mind. If they ask me how I stopped demanding proof for every climb, I'll say one slow smoky freeway on a low beam lifeline. On a low beam lifeline. On a low beam lifeline. GPS rerouting.
But for once it's listening to me.
Detour to myself, took the wrong turn on purpose. Left the main road full of pressure for a side street scratching surface. Purple dusk along the houses, porches blinking soft and weak. Lo-fi drums like tires over gravel, speaking what I never speak. I've been following instructions that were never really mine. Graduate, get paid, stay busy like a script I had to sign. Every time the arrow shouted fastest route, I hit comply. Even when my chest was screaming, this ain't where you wanna die. So tonight I missed the exit that would take me to that grind. Let the voice say make a U-turn while I finally change my mind. Tatted knuckles on the wheel, steering nowhere in particular. Just a neighborhood of questions I've been ducking for the blur. Who am I when no one watching? Who am I when I don't tweet? Who am I when I ain't fixing every fire in every street? Who am I if I'm not useful, if I'm not the late night call? If I'm just a tired human in a car that might just stall? Detour to myself, not on any map. For 20 little miles from being everybody's cap. Blues keys hovering, bass riding low. I don't have to know the end point just to see which way to go. If tomorrow I get tempted to dissolve into the hell, I remember there's a side road called detour to myself. Called detour to myself. I pass kids out on their bikes, cutting circles in the dark. Dogs bark lazy at the fences like they're guarding some small spark. A couple sitting on a stoop just sharing nothing but the time. No agenda, no performance, just existence in its prime. I feel something like nostalgia for a life I never had, where my value wasn't measured by how quick I fixed the bad. Where I woke up just to wander, not to outrun being sad. Where a day could be unproductive and still somehow not be bad. Detour street names sound like wishes. Hope Drive, Mercy Lane, little signs that I've ignored while speeding towards somebody's gain. So I slow at every corner, read them out like they're for me. Let the syllables sink in and rearrange what I believe. Turn on Quiet Creek and laugh, cause there's no water, just a curve. Still it feels like invitation to protect what I deserve. Park beneath the crooked lamppost, kill the engine breathing deep. Let the version of me talk that I usually keep asleep. Detour to myself, not on any map. For 20 little miles from being everybody's cat. Blues keys hovering, bass riding low. I don't have to know the end point just to see which way to go. If tomorrow I get tempted to dissolve into the hell, I'll remember there's a side road called detour to my soul. Detour to my soul. Yeah. Maybe purpose isn't single, maybe calling isn't loud. Maybe it's a bunch of whispers you can't hear inside a crowd. Maybe you don't find direction on a billboard in the sky, but at night you let the main lane pass and don't ask where or why. So I treat this little cul-de-sac like chapel without pews. Say a prayer without religion, just a list of simple truths. I am tired, I am worthy, I am more than what I give. I am done with only living how they tell me I should live. When I finally hit resume and let the GPS restart, it still tries to send me backward to the autopilot part. But I skim through every option till I see avoid that road. Click alternative like taking off a long too heavy load. Might still end up at the office, might still show where I'm expected, but the route I choose from now on runs through me, not through that checklist. If a path requires losing what I learned out here tonight, I'll reroute and take the long way just to keep this off a light. I roll out from quiet streets back to arteries of chrome, but my spine feels less like scaffold, more like something I call home. And the voice that says rerouting sounds just like a copper boss, more like someone gently asking, do you wanna risk this loss? Detour to myself, not on any map. For 20 little miles from being everybody's cap. Blues keys hovering, bass riding low. I don't have to know the end point just to see which way to go. If tomorrow I get tempted to dissolve into the hell, I'll remember there's a side road called detour to my soul. Detour to my soul. Yeah. Pull up where they expect me with a different kind of gaze. Still the same old license plate, but a hard and brighter phase. If they ask me when I started driving more like I am self, I'll say one night missing exits on a detour to myself.
Just me, this wheel, and a brain that don't know how to clock out. Lane lines on my mind, white stripes in a loop, thoughts circling like I'm stuck inside a mental traffic suit. Purple haze above the overpass, sky looking like a wound. Lo-fi drums behind my heartbeat beating slightly out of tune. I've been running on, I got you like it's premium in my veins. Feeling every open silence with it's cool, I take the strain. Meanwhile every unspoke worry builds a pile of my review. All the knobs, not a big deal that were killing me in two. Tatted fingers on the wheel, knuckles glowing, dashboard light. Every vein a little highway carrying overload and fright. I keep trying not to feel it, change the playlist, change the speed. But these lane lines on my mind keep reminding what I need. Lane lines on my mind, running straight and true. 420 little markers saying, hey, what about you? Blues guitar drifting, smoking my chest. I don't have to cross my limits just to say I did my best. If tomorrow I'm still tempted to ignore that inner sign, I remember I got warm by these lane lines on my mind. Yeah, I remember every season I confused a lot with fast. Thought that burnout was a flavor, you just learned to love it last. Scrolling late alarm at 6, living on caffeine and fear. Acting normal in the daylight, crashing quiet in the mirror. Everybody call me Sally, yo, you handle so much weight. They ain't see the way my stomach turned to concrete when I ate. They ain't see the twitching fingers gripping tight at yellow lights. They just saw me keep it moving, never saw to have that nights. Now the dotted pain below me feel like questions, not just lanes. Every dash a tiny should you still be holding all that pain. Every gap a little window where my own voice tried to speak, saying bro you can't be savior when you barely sleep a week. I let that thought ride shotgun, strap it in instead of high. Let it point out every moment I abandoned my own side. All the times I saw it coming and still said I'll be okay. All the times I lost a week trying to fix a 1 hour day. Lane lines on my mind, running straight and true. 420 little markers saying, hey, what about you? Blues guitar drifting, smoking my chest. I don't have to cross my limits just to say I did my best. If tomorrow I'm still tempted to ignore that inner sign, I remember I got warm by these lane lines on my mind. Maybe balance isn't magic, maybe calm ain't random luck. Maybe every paint and stripe is there to keep me from the truck. Maybe every little tremor in my hands is just a flare, signal from my nervous system saying slow down if you care. So I treat these road designs like a handbook for my pace. Don't be swerving for that drama, don't keep racing every case. If my chest light starts to flashing like the check engine on red, that's my cue to hit the blinker, find a shoulder for my head. By the time I hit the turn off where the freeway thins to black, I can feel my mental speed drop from a sprint to simple track. Still got worries in the trunk, still got ghosts up in the glass, but I'm not pretending numbness is the same as letting pass. I pull over by a field, let the idle hum below. Watch the lane lines fade in darkness where my headlights do not go. And I promise to that driver who'll be sitting here again, we will not ignore the warning just to look like we don't bend. If the lines start getting blurry in your vision or your soul, that's your sign you ain't defective, that's your sign to ease control. You can slow, you can say later, you can bail on one more grind. That's exactly why they painted all these lane lines on your mind. Lane lines on my mind, running straight and true. 420 little markers saying, hey, what about you? Blue guitar drifting, smoking my chest. I don't have to cross my limits just to say I did my best. If tomorrow I'm still tempted to ignore that inner sign, I remember I got warm by these lane lines on my mind. Turn the key, lights off, night leaning on the hood, but a quiet in my ribcage saying, hey, you did what you could. If they ask me how I learned to stop mistaking grind for grind, I'll say one long hazy freeway with lane lines on my mind. With lane lines on my mind. hand shaking on the wheel. So I reach for the one drawer that never judges. Glove box, ground and palm on cheap plastic. Heartbeat loud like a kick drum drastic. Purple smear on the windshield, city humming low. Low for chords in the speakers, moving gentle, slow. I've been floating in my thoughts like I'm not strapped in. 9 miles from this car, from the skin I'm in. Replaying every awkward moment like a looped highlight. Every did I say it wrong in surround sound night. So I tap the little handle, feel the click, feel the shake. Let the weight of real objects pull me out the mental quake. Registration, no mistapes, napkins from a better day. Cold metal of a flashlight saying, yo, you still okay. I focus on the edges, on the ink, on the tone. On the way the paper wrinkles where my fingers have worn. Cause anxiety be telling me I'm nowhere, I'm not real. But this glove box full of nonsense is a proof that I still feel. Glove box ground and pull me back to earth. 420 little relics saying you still got worth. Blues guitar murmur, smoke in my chest. I don't have to be our future or our past to get some rest. If tomorrow I start floating in that overthinking sound, I'll remember I can land with just this glove box grounding down. Yeah. I find an old receipt from a night I thought I'd break. Cheap fries, late gas, one coffee for the sake. Back when I was certain I would never feel enough. Back when every text and answer felt like proof I wasn't tough. I read my own name on a faded little strip. See the timestamp like a caption, you ain't let go of your grip. You were sitting in the same seat, same hands, same veins. Different set of heavy questions, different brand of hidden pains. Next to pen with half the ink, gon' shoot up at the cap. Memory of writing verses just to dodge a mental trap. Bars about a smoky highway, about ghosts and rearview glass. Didn't know those late night scribbles were the reasons I would last. I roll a pen between my fingers till my breathing starts to slow. Let the texture be a lighthouse in this overthinking flow. Let the scratch of plastic edges keep me anchored in the shell, while my brain throws up scenarios from miss to miss. Private hell, private hell. Glove box ground and pull me back to earth. 420 little relics saying you still got worth. Blues guitar murmur, smoke in my chest. I don't have to be our future or our past to get some rest. If tomorrow I start floating in that overthinking sound, I remember I can land with just a glove box grounding down. Presence isn't some big monkey on mountain state of zen. Maybe it's just knowing, yo, I'm in this car right here again. Feeling fabric on my hoodie, hearing engine hum on low. Counting breaths between the streetlights while the thoughts come while they go. So I let my five small senses be the crew that steers me home. Not the spiral in my cortex saying you're forever alone. I got sight of all this paper, I got sound of distant bass. I got smell of worn and leather, I got taste of smoke I chase. I got touch of this cheap plastic telling me I'm in this place. By the time I shut it softly, thumbs still resting on the latch. All the monsters in my head feel less ready to detach. They still whisper from the corners, they still throw up what if. But I'm no longer just a passenger inside the nervous cliff. I put both hands back on the wheel, feel the texture of the grip. Hear the tires kiss the asphalt in a slow forgiving drip. Let the low beams graze the pavement like a second calm of mind, saying even if you're spinning you can choose to stay aligned. I drive a couple lazy circles through a neighborhood I know. Not to run away from feelings, just to move while letting go. And I promise future me who'll sit here thinking he's not whole. You got more than twisted thoughts, bro. You got body, you got soul. When your chest gets loud as sirens and your thoughts all come unbound, you can reach into this drawer and do some glove box grounding round, yeah. Glove box ground and pull me back to earth. 420 little relics saying you still got worth. Blues guitar murmur, smoke in my chest. I don't have to be your future or our past to get some rest. If tomorrow I start floating in that overthinking sound, I remember I can land with just this glove box grounding down. Park up under tired stars, let the engine slowly dim. But that weight of paper plastic keep me sitting in the skin. If they ask me how I cope when I feel lost inside my head, I'll say sometimes I just open where the glove box secrets spread.